So, Merry Christmas, everyone. It is Christmas Eve, and I believe it's just before midnight. Um, so, today I've been doing a lot of reflecting, and I actually was going to try to do a Facebook Live, possibly on Deborah's Angels and share it on Deb's site, but it's Christmas Eve. As much as, you know, I was already done shopping, wrapping, baking. Here it is, and everything's finally just done, and the space where I do my work is finally empty from Christmas presents. But today I had a lot of I found myself reflecting a lot today, and I kept hearing gratitude. And we're coming up to the end of the year. It's going to be 2020 before we know it. And I just know for some people in my life, this year has been really hard for them. And I can absolutely relate because this was me, almost a little over 2 years ago. And it made me think about the lessons I've learned and the things that I've done and things that I've changed and how I handle situations and moving forward. I wrote a couple notes down just because I was thinking about it all day. It's almost Christmas. Last year was my first Christmas without my mom. And my birthday's in December as well. And she died a month later, pretty much. We spent Christmas with her husband, my brother, and my family for the first time in about 20 years under the same roof all together. It was a magical day. And who knew I would lose her in less than 30 days. So last year, having it be my first of, everything, Christmas was hard. It was, I know it's always hard when you lose someone. And I'm not saying I'm special or different. It's just the holidays were extra tough because I couldn't believe that was it. It was over. And this year is so different. And it wouldn't be different unless I had put in all the work that I did. It was hard and it was painful. And my heart goes out to everybody right now who is going through their first Christmas without a loved one. Because I know how hard and hurtful, and your heart just hurts, and it's so hard to put on a happy face, and it's Christmas. But I can tell you it does get better. It doesn't mean my heart doesn't hurt a little bit, and I don't miss my mom, and I wish she was here. But, doing the work to work through my grief and allowing myself those moments. Because tomorrow on Christmas, I'm going to have a moment when I'm sad, and I miss her. But that's okay. And if I don't honor that, then, what was the point of doing all that work? And I know she doesn't want me to be sad on Christmas. She wants me to enjoy Christmas. She's here with me on Christmas. And that's what I've learned. And I know when she's here, I know how to tell the signs. So I find comfort in that. And just know if you did lose a loved one, they want you to still carry on traditions and enjoy holidays. And they understand it's hard. It's not easy. And some years are tougher than others and all that stuff. And another big thing for me is I have a cold right now. I'm not feeling well. My boyfriend got sick. Of course, caring and sharing, gave it to me. Last year, I ended up with the flu. I was so sick. And part of it was run down, emotions, all that stuff. And it totally took me out. Having a cold, I might feel crappy, but it's not anything life-threatening. So different. I was still, able to get everything done. And I allowed myself permission to just say, you know what? Some people might not get cookies. Some people might not get this. And be okay with that. My birthday's in December, so that week was kind of hard for me. I have to say, I won't lie. I could have cared less if anyone said happy birthday to me. Every time someone did, I just wanted to cry. But that's okay. I know that not every birthday will be like that. So today I was definitely feeling a lot of gratitude and just having a lot of compassion for anyone who is, I know a few people that about to lose a loved one, like any second, any minute right now. And I can't imagine that. I just lost a great uncle, which is, maybe that was a Freudian slip, who knew? But granted, elderly, all that, still doesn't make it any easier on his kids. I can honor that. And I felt like as you look at social media, a lot of people were posting either about someone being sick or, RIP this person. And also I saw a ton of, sorry, no Christmas cards this year. I can't tell you how many times I saw that post. And I laughed because I definitely got a lot less Christmas cards this year, which I thought was funny. And I've done that in years past. Sometimes, you just people aren't going to die if they don't get a Christmas card. And being okay with that, giving myself permission to be okay with that was huge. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for those lessons. I'm grateful to know, because last year was so hard, to know that in a year, this year is better. And I do feel like I just have seen so much lately with people hurting, losses, sickness, struggles, finance problems. I can identify with all that, what it's like to not have money for Christmas for your kids, or being sick, or losing a loved one, or just have someone come in and ruin your Christmas. And and that's where my gratitude was a lot too. I might not feel great and I might not be happy in some situations, but overall, it could be worse. And I'm grateful for that. And I have compassion for those that are in that right now. A big thing for me this year too was facing fear and change. I have done the same tradition on Christmas Eve literally since the day I was born. The only thing that changed was it went from my grandmother's house to my aunt's house. And this year it changed because dynamics had changed. And I always knew it eventually was going to have to change at some point. She was getting older. She might not want to do it. And I felt like that I was ready for, but the way it happened, I remember being like, oh my God, this is my tradition. This is what we always do. Don't break tradition. And you know what? It actually really wasn't that bad. When it got changed to another day, we did it on Sunday. It did throw me off a little bit, having to make sure to rush to get some other things done. But as I sit here Christmas Eve, I am so grateful I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to go out. I didn't have to come home. And to have that freedom, which is something I never had before, I was like, maybe this isn't so bad. Change isn't always bad. The fear of change is scary. And after I got to, this is a lot of what I've been thinking about. I'm like, maybe that wasn't so bad. Maybe it won't be horrible if every Christmas Eve we don't have to go somewhere. Who knew? So that was definitely a big one for me. Lessons learned, fear, change, all that. The other thing was my brother's here. And I love my brother to death. I really do. And I want nothing but happiness for him. And he lives in Arizona, so I see him 2, sometimes 3 times a year. Christmas is always one of them. And just the long and short of it, he has ruined a couple of my Christmases many, many years ago. And this week I saw some of the old behaviors with depression coming back. And I was fuming, bullshit, mad, what the fuck, that whole thing. So mad, couldn't get out of my own space. And these are the tools that I've learned through Deborah, is when, even though I am not perfect, but I was able to then look at the situation today and go, okay, I can just not say anything, be pissed off the whole time, ruin my Christmas, or maybe I should just go talk to him. So today when I had an opportunity, I did. I talked to him and I was just like, hey, what's going on? You just seem kind of sad, whatever. And he did open up to me to tell me what was wrong, and it has shifted now. And I was able to approach him with like kindness and love and integrity, where before it would have been like what is your problem? That sort of kind of attitude, which would have just pushed him away more. So once again, lesson learned about, this, you see something happening, you don't have to be aggressive and all in their face. If you just kind of approach them with kindness and love in your heart, you might get to the bottom of it and might be able to turn that situation around. I know it won't always happen that way, but I was grateful before. A week goes by fast, he'll be gone on Sunday. And I didn't want to lose a whole week of that with him. And I also wanted to make sure he didn't also have regret that for a whole week out here with his family. He didn't enjoy it. So that was another big one too. And it's so funny because I don't want to disclose all of his personal details, but talking to him, it's like, oh my God, the patterns, our family patterns. Oh, breaking that chain. It's just interesting to see the role reversal too with what he's doing with his current girlfriend, which is what I used to do to him, try to save him. And of course I hate this. I can never read my handwriting. That's why I try to write notes, but I don't know why I bother. But pretty much I just wanted to come on. And I listened to a video today, and they were talking about grief and the holidays. And it was really powerful to me, of the message that was given, giving yourself permission to just not do anything is okay. They did make it very clear, though, if this is what you're doing every year, isolating, you might need more help, but to just always honor your feelings and to look back at these last 2 years and the lessons I learned and how I've dealt with stuff, and, grateful that I had all my shopping done, wrapped, baked, sent cards out. Life isn't too bad. Might have a little cold. I might be kind of tired. Got a couple days off. I'm very excited to definitely start growing and doing more of this. Like I said, I was really hoping to do a live, but it just didn't work out that way. People need to get out of my space. So this is my private page, which only people that I invite in, because I'm going to try to do readings here, will see this. I'm not sure if I'll make this public. I could always share it out if I wanted to. But if anyone watches this video, anyone that books an appointment with me or I invite in, it's a way you can just kind of see some of the stuff I've done. And I have a deck called The Universe Has Your Back. And I just feel it's so appropriate for what people are going through. A lot of people are going through tough times. A lot of people, the change is in the air. You can just feel it. The change is in the air. And I love this deck because it's a great it's always great messages, and they're really simple. Hay House was having a sale, $9 a deck. Well worth it. So what is highest and best? The card is, the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. That's probably backwards. So pretty much this is just saying, we all think we need this or we need that, or we need a relationship, we need this job, we need this money, we need a house, we need this. And the truth is, when you pray, it's putting all that aside. And it brings you back to center, what's really important, what is important in your life. Because you might think one thing is this big job, but the truth is you're really happy in your current one, or you think you need the big house. I keep hearing keeping up with the Joneses. You think you need to. But the truth is, at the end of the day, your heart and your soul is not going to lie to you. And if you're quiet, and prayer can just be meditation, you're going to get exactly what you need. and you'll be reminded. So I think that's it. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. I am very tired. I'm going to go sign off now and get ready to go to bed. Love and light to everyone.